You know how it is, right? We're living in this world of just constant information, and it can feel totally impossible to keep everything straight. Well, today, we're going to explore a really powerful tool called Fractal Gridding. It's a method designed to bring some serious order to that chaos, using a structure that's actually surprisingly simple.
So this is the big question we're all facing. How do we turn this total mess of thoughts and tasks and data into something that's clear, something we can actually act on, and something that's useful? Well, as we're about to see, the answer is kind of in hiding in plain sight this whole time.
All right, so before we jump into the solution, let's spend a minute on the problem itself. We're calling this section Your Overwhelmed Mind because, let's be honest, it's all about that feeling of mental clutter, a state I am sure we all know way too well.
I mean, you know the feeling, right? One minute you've got this brilliant idea for a project, the next you're thinking about your grocery list, and oh yeah, that urgent deadline is just looming over you. That kind of information overload just crushes our productivity and our clarity, and it leaves us feeling completely stuck. It's a challenge for pretty much everyone in our modern world.
So how do we fix this? The solution isn't some complex new software or a productivity system that's going to take you weeks to learn. It's actually something you already know how to do.
Yeah, you heard that right. The key to unlocking a more organized mind is hidden in a game that almost all of us have played. And the brilliance of this whole thing is that its power comes from just how simple it is.
And boom, just like that, you understand the basic structure. See? Nothing intimidating, nothing complicated. It's just a simple 3x3 grid. This pattern, this thing we all know, is the foundation for a super powerful system that helps make your invisible thoughts visible.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. Thinking inside the box? Isn't that supposed to be a bad thing? Well, it might sound a little counterintuitive, but the magic of this tool is exactly that. We're about to dig into the cognitive science that makes this simple grid so incredibly effective.
So why does this work so well? What's the secret sauce? Well, the grid is totally brain-friendly. First, there's modularity, which breaks a huge, messy idea into 9 manageable little pieces. Then there's chunking, which groups related info together, and that really helps our memory. At the end of the day, this whole approach just offloads the hard work of organizing from your brain onto the page, and that dramatically reduces your cognitive load.
Now you might be thinking, hang on a second, isn't this just like mind mapping? And that's a great question. While they're both visual tools, they actually serve very different purposes. See, mind mapping is for divergent thinking. It's all about brainstorming, generating possibilities. But fractal gridding, it's all about convergent thinking, taking all those ideas and creating the focused clarity you need to actually execute. It's the tool you use when it's time to get things done.
And speaking of getting things done, the versatility of this tool is it's astounding. We're about to see how you can use it for everything, from a simple daily to-do list all the way to supercharging complex productivity systems like David Allen's Getting Things Done, or GTD. The practical power here is just immense. You can use a grid to map out your daily to-do list, right? You put the main goal in the center. You could create a study guide for a really complex topic. Or get this, you could even outline an entire book. It's an incredibly flexible framework for almost any organizational challenge you can think of. Okay, for all you productivity nerds out there, this is where it gets really cool. This is the Fractal GTD dashboard. It takes the Getting Things Done methodology and completely transforms it from a bunch of simple lists into this dynamic, visual system. Each box maps to a core stage, like capture, clarify, and organize, giving you a complete at-a-glance overview of your entire workflow. And when you put them side by side, the difference is just night and day. Traditional GTD relies on these fragmented linear lists, which can create a really high cognitive load. The Fractal GTD system, on the other hand, uses nested grids. This reduces that load through chunking and creates this unified dashboard where you can see how everything connects. It turns GTD into what one source even calls a self-organizing visual intelligence system.
Okay, enough talk. Let's make this real. You can do this with me right now. Grab a piece of paper, a napkin, whatever, and draw a tic-tac-toe board. Put your name right in the middle. Then, in those 8 squares around it, list a hobby, a skill, a goal, anything about you. Just like that, you've turned the abstract idea of you into a structured, single-page snapshot. Pretty cool, huh?
Okay, this next part is where things get, well, kind of mind-blowing and really elegant. We're about to explore a concept called fractal pedagogy. I want you to pay close attention, because the way you're learning about this tool right now is a perfect demonstration of the tool itself. So this is the 5-step teaching method created by Ecy Femi King. Does any of this look familiar? It really should. We started by stating the problem of information overload. Then we listed the solution, fractal gridding. We defined it with that tic-tac-toe analogy, gave a bunch of examples, and we just walked through a use case. This entire explainer has been following this exact structure.
And there you have it. This is the EFK Framework, and it is itself a fractal grid. The core idea is right there in the center. Tips for introducing fractal gridding to people, and all the steps we just walked through are perfectly organized in the cells all around it. This whole idea has a name, Fractal Pedagogy. It's what's known as a self-referential model. We're not just talking about how to organize information clearly, we are using that very model to teach you. The form of this lesson perfectly mirrors its function. It's a complete logical system that literally proves its own principles in real time.
And that, right there, is the big takeaway, the mic drop moment. The system is so coherent and so well designed that it doesn't just explain clarity, it performs it. And that is the hallmark of a truly powerful idea.
So I'll leave you with the question to think about. What project, what goal, what complex subject in your life is causing you stress right now? Now imagine that same idea, but it's neatly organized and completely understood, all on a single page. With a simple tic-tac-toe board, you now have the tool to do it. So go on, go organize your world.